Hello and welcome everyone to podcast episode number 18 of Christine's Blessing. I am.com. And today I'm going to talk about my mom. Why? Because my mom is awesome and amazing. And she was born on the 18th of April. And while it's October, I don't think there's anything wrong with me talking about my mom today. Particularly given, and I took an action today that would have been consistent with who she was as a person. And for those of you who picked up on it, I am using past tense with my mother. She has since passed on. So I drive for Lyft. And today I was driving. I picked up a gentleman from Crate and Barrel in Alpharetta. And I took him across to Canton. And I do mean across because we literally just cut across. No highway, no interstate, all back roads, cut across. And my dad actually takes a similar route. We live where we live. And my mom is now staying in Canton at Georgia National Cemetery. So when my dad goes to visit my mom, he will often go that back route. He says it's more scenic. It's actually shorter. I'm like, okay, regardless, so it's possible. So taking this passenger from Alpharetta to Canton, cutting across. And on one of the sections of the road, it's one way and one way. Double yellow line down the middle. Solid white line on the right. That's it. And the cars do the accordion thing that cars do when you have a car that's supposed to go. And for whatever reason, they don't go. But everyone else has already gotten a jump because they see everyone else moving. And then you got to slam on your brakes because it's not actually time to go. Well, that happened. And the person in front of me hit the person in front of them. And we heard it. Me and my passenger heard it, right? Inside of Lyft's COVID protocols, I am required to have at least one window cracked. I choose my driver window, and if my passenger wants their window down, they are free to do so. I also sometimes choose my sunroof. This day, I had my driver window cracked. So I heard it, and I saw it, and so did my passenger. So we are to begin now. Whatever we were talking about before this moment, I couldn't even tell you. I don't remember. I do remember we immediately began talking about what we just witnessed, which was, oh my God, that car just hit that other car. And we began to wonder when they were going to be able to pull over. Because mind you, we are on a one-lane road. There are no turnoffs. There are no neighborhoods. We're going from Alpharetta to Canton. All right? So there's an art center parking lot that pulls up. So the first driver who got hit pulls in. Comes to find out it's a mother and her daughter. They're driving this beautiful Acura with these red leather seats. They pull in, right? Signal right, pull in. It's the first available opportunity to get off the road and assess the damage and talk to the person who hit you. The person who hit them chose to keep it moving. And when I say keep it moving, remind you, I am right behind them. They didn't even tap on their brakes. They didn't even flip on a signal and then flip their signal off like they thought about it and then they didn't. They had absolutely no intention of stopping. Absolutely none. And so we're driving, my passenger and I'd say we got about 0.7 miles. We had captured down the license plate number. And we were like, okay, so what do we do? We have the information now. What do we do with it? So I turned to the passenger and I said, if you're down, I'm down. We can totally turn back around and go and give this to the people who got hit. Fingers crossed they're still there. So he was down. So I was down. So that's what we did. We turned around and we went back to the mother and daughter. We found out, right, that got hit. And it was so perfect. We pulled right up. The daughter was on the phone with the police, and we pulled up and, said, hey, we witnessed it. We were right behind them. We both saw it happen. We grabbed their license plate because, mind you, they were in front of the car and they turned right. That car took off. They were like, oh, you are not. They thought that they didn't know. Hey, they didn't know they had a good Samaritan riding in the car behind them. That's right. I did that. Myself and my passenger. And he texted them the information that we captured from the car, make, model, vehicle, plate number, all of that. And then I gave them, just as a precaution, I gave them my contact information to also give to the police as a witness, as the person driving the car behind the car. And that, my friends, is the kind of woman my mother raised me to be.